Hello everyone, this is Dr. Jawad. In this short video, I'm going to talk about 7 signs that you may be vitamin D deficient. Now, vitamin D3, I recommend, again, there's no brands I promote individually. Let's just zoom in on that. Okay, there we go. I always recommend do the research on brands. There's many brands out there. Some are good, some are bad, so make sure you do your research. I don't promote any single brand with these videos. Okay, so 7 signs that you might be deficient in vitamin D. Now, just a caveat, I do live outside Chicago, so it's November right now, and it's cold, it's hazy, and so in the Midwest, we do have seasonal affective disorder. So if you're living on the coast when you have sunshine all the time, you may not really have a vitamin D deficiency due to being outside a lot. So in Chicago, we do. In the Midwest, we do. So in no particular order. So number 1, head sweating. These are the people that are just sweating profusely from their head. Now, if they exercise, they look like it's a gusher. If they're sitting down after a meal and after a gluten-filled meal, yes, they're sweating bullets. Now, this could be because vitamin D is phenomenal for the immune system. And when you're deficient in vitamin D, the first reactions you're going to get is a heightened body temperature, because what you're trying to do, the body's a phenomenal machine because it's going to increase the body temperature to fight off the microbes, any toxins, pathogens that's circulating in the system. So head sweating may be linked to the immune system, may be linked to a vitamin D deficiency. Also too, bone pain. Now, calcium, when we ingest calcium, calcium just floats around the body. But we do need vitamin D3 to absorb the calcium into the bloodstream for proper bone deposition of the calcium. Okay, so again, if you have bone pain, typically lower limb pain in the femurs and the tibia. Sometimes the fibula, but most likely the tibia, because again, those are big weight-bearing joints. Weight-bearing bones. So if you are vitamin D3 deficient, you may, again, even though you're taking in calcium, it's not being absorbed. Which leads into muscle pain, fatigue, and weakness. Now, we need vitamin D for muscle contractibility. Okay, when we contract our muscles, whether it's blinking our eyeballs or lifting boulders, we do need the vitamin D3 to go in there to help turn on the muscle for it to contract. Okay, so again, if you're deficient in vitamin D3, this is why you may have muscle aches, pains, fatigue, weakness. And a lot of my patients who have fibromyalgia, I get them on vitamin D3 and it helps. Another one, weakened immune system. Are you just chronically getting sick? And I'm not talking about the occasional seasonal sickness. I'm talking about all the time. Are you one of those people that just keep on getting sick? Reason being, because vitamin D3, we have an innate immune response and we have an adaptive. The innate immune response, again, that's what your mom passed down into you. The adaptive response, again, that's when if you go to different areas, different countries, so forth and so on, you do have an immune response to help build up antibodies against the pathogens that you're exposed to. And vitamin D modulates the innate and adaptive immune response. And a lot of patients of mine who have autoimmune diseases, when I test their blood, they have chronically low vitamin D3 levels. So it's good for the immune response. Next, anxiety, depression. I know I'm talking from two different ends here. However, there's many theories that why vitamin D3 regulates the brain to help subdue anxiety and or depression, bring it up. One of them, we have receptors in the hypothalamus. Now, the hypothalamus is the master gland. It regulates our endocrine system, which that is our hormonal system. We have receptors on the hypothalamus, so if you're low in vitamin D3, what's happening is that you're down-regulating the neuroendocrine system, which is your nervous system and your hormonal system, which helps regulate the immune response and or good for the brain and regulate for anxiety. Number 2, it's important for brain development. Now, vitamin D3 is not a vitamin, it's actually a pro-hormone that helps with brain development, nervous tissue, because the brain, don't forget, it's about 75% fatty tissue anyways. Also too, the expression of what's called nerve growth factor. When we grow nerves, we have like a cascade that says, okay, grows. And that's called nerve growth factor. So it also is an important component in how the nerves are growing. So if you're low in vitamin D3, this is why you may have anxiety and depression. This is key, okay? Overweight, obese, and high muscle mass. High muscle mass, I have high muscle mass. how would that give me low vitamin D3 absorption? Well, because vitamin D3 is a fat-soluble vitamin, okay, and the more fatty tissue you have on your body, it acts kind of like, I always say it acts like a sink. And what does a sink do? It collects. So when you take in vitamin D3, if you're obese, overweight, or even have high muscle mass, again, it's going to act as a bucket, and all the D3 is going to go in there, and it's not going to be absorbed in the system. So you may need more D3, okay, according to how much you're overweight or how much muscle mass you have. Over 50 years old, the older we get, the slower things get absorbed. Now we absorb a lot of our vitamin D3 through our skin, and it's converted to active or usable D3 through our kidney system, and that's another topic altogether. What happens is that when the older you get, okay, your skin doesn't make as much vitamin D3. Why? Because the transport system or the mechanism through the kidneys, they become less efficient at converting into active D3 into your system. Now again, if you're older, if you do have a kidney problem or kidney disease, sure, you're going to convert it less. Okay, so vitamin D3 is very, very important. Now dosage, how much do you take? I always recommend off the cuff, 10,000 IUs per day. Let's get them up there as much as we can. I may even say, hey, let's do on Monday, let's do 50,000 IUs, and then Tuesday through Sunday, let's do 10,000 IUs, and then test you in about 90 days to see where your levels are at. Okay? Remember, vitamin D3 is a fat-soluble vitamin, so you do need to take it with a fatty substance, and because it actually turns on the system, I always recommend first thing in the morning. Okay? Hope you enjoyed the video. Please share with a friend, hit the like button down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Hello everyone, this is Dr. Jawad. Hey, over the last couple of years, my YouTube channel has grown tremendously, and I can only appreciate it, the viewers who subscribe. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button to get the first up-to-date videos, or you could always Google my name, Dr. Jinaan Jawad, and you could go to my JDoc Real Minute page. Again, if you hit the subscribe button, you'll get the most up-to-date videos. And thanks everybody who's watching. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.